Welcome back, sir. So in the last class we have done with void agreements and contingent contracts. We'll revise once, fatafat. So first of all, what is a void agreement? Void agreement is an agreement which is not enforceable by law. Which is not enforceable by law. Void agreements are the void ab initios. Indian Contract Act specifically declares few agreements as the void agreements. We'll discuss one by one. First one, agreement with the incompetent person like minor, void ab initio under section 11. We discussed already. Agreements with mutual consent, mutual mistake, that is a bilateral mistake. We discussed already in the free consent under section 20. Agreement with unlawful consideration, section 23. We discussed in the last chapter. Agreements with partly unlawful consideration. We discussed that example, no? Sugar and brown sugar mixing. Done. So this one we discussed already in the earlier chapters. Next, agreement without consideration, nudum pactum. Discussed already in the consideration chapter. We discussed. So ये बच गया बेटा, which we have not yet discussed. Agreements in instrument of marriage, agreement in instrument of trade. Very important. Agreements in instrument of legal proceedings. 2 stars. Next, agreements in the next wagering agreements, 10 stars. Impossible agreements, which agreements beta? Impossible agreements. Next, agreement to enter into agreement in the future. Future is uncertain. I am entering into agreement with you to enter into agreement in the future. What is future? Next minute is future, next hour is future. So that's why it is uncertain. It is void ab initio. So till 5 we have discussed in the earlier chapters. From 6 we should discuss in this chapter. Done. The first one is the agreement in restraint of marriage. But restraint means restriction. Restraint means restriction. As per constitution, one of the fundamental right is right of marriage. Everybody has the right to get married as per constitution. Can we speak opposite to constitution? No. Can we write opposite to constitution? No. Constitution said you have a right to get married, but I said don't get married. That is something speaking, writing opposite to constitution and void ab initio. If any person restricting any other person from getting married, then the agreement will be void ab initio because we have a right to get married. Then, so if you see section 26, as per section 26 of the Indian Contract Act, every agreement in restraint of marriage of any person other than minor is void. I can restrict the minor from getting married, but I should not restrict the major from getting married. If we are restricting any person from getting married, that agreement will be void. So we discussed one example also, that is a Lovi versus Pierce. In this example, which example I gave? Samantha and NTR. Brundavanam movie. In that movie, Samantha said to NTR, you should not marry anyone except me. But NTR marries Kajal. Yes sir, no sir. Agreement between the Samantha and NTR is the void ab initio because Samantha is restricting the NTR from getting the married. Then we discussed Rao Rani versus Gulab Rani. In this case, what was happened? 2 widows. When Chintu was there, he is having 2 beautiful wives, Sweetie, Cutie. Chintu mar gaya. After death of the Chintu, these 2 co-widows, Sweetie and Cutie, entering into agreement. If any one of us going for second marriage, the widow going for the second marriage will not get the share in the deceased husband's property. There is no restriction on the second marriage. You can marry second time, but you will not get the share in the deceased husband's property. It is not an agreement in restraint of marriage. Then we have discussed one more case, Badu versus Badar Sena. So in Islam, at the time of marriage, one agreement is that agreement is said to be Nikah Nama. In the Nikah Nama, there was a clause kept by the Sweetie. Hey Chintu, if you marry again, I will not stay with you. I will stay alone separately, but you have to pay maintenance every month. This agreement is not restricting Chintu from getting married. You can marry again, but I will not stay with you. It is not an agreement in restraint of marriage. Done. So, and as per English laws, absolute restriction is void, but partial restriction is valid. Partial restriction means you have to marry only for our community, our caste. इसको बोलते हैं partial restriction. You can marry, but only from our caste, only for our community. You should not marry other caste, other community person. इसको बोलते हैं partial restriction. That is valid. Absolute restriction means you should not marry anyone. That will be void ab initio. Done. Clear? So this is all about the agreement in instrument of marriage. Everybody has a right to get married. If there is any agreement restricting a person from getting married will be void, except a minor. We can restrict the minor from getting married, but not the major. Next, what is nature of the agreements in instrument of trade or profession? Trade or profession, very very important. I kept so many stars, 10 stars. We'll discuss the questions on this concept also in the next class. Scanner. Then, so what is the nature of the agreements in restraint of trade? Restraint means restricting. Trade means selling the goods. Profession means selling the service. Everybody has a right to do any legal business as per constitution, one of the fundamental rights. If you're speaking opposite to constitution, writing opposite to constitution, that is opposite to public policy and void ab initio. Constitution allowing you to do any legal business, but I said don't teach, which is a legal profession. Don't sell the mic, don't sell the pen, don't sell the remote, don't sell the mouse. Restricting the lawful trade. If as per constitution, everybody has a right to do any legal business. If there is any agreement which is restricting a person from doing the lawful business or profession, that agreement will be void. To that extent, what is meaning of to that extent? Beta, it is having some exceptions also. And the following exceptional cases, restriction is valid. Restrictions are of two types. Exceptions are of two types: statutory exceptions and judicial interpretations. Statutory exceptions means exceptions given by law itself. The first statutory exception is the sale of goodwill. Sale of goodwill. Goodwill means brand name in the locality. So we have discussed a Pullareddy sweets. One fine day I went to Pullareddy shop. The whole worth of the sweets is 1 lakh. The whole worth of the furniture is 4 lakhs. I gave 5 lakhs to Pullareddy, but Pullareddy said, I will not leave unless you pay 8 lakhs. I am asking, why is this 3 lakhs extra? He said, it is for the name, fame, goodwill. So I paid extra 3 lakhs. I purchased Pullareddy sweets brand name. Yes sir, no sir, in Hyderabad. So since I am paying 3 lakhs rupees extra, since I am purchasing his brand name, I said, Pullareddy, you should not sell the sweets in Hyderabad. I am restricting him from doing the lawful business. Restriction valid or void? Perfectly valid. However, I can restrict him only for the similar business. Pullareddy is known for sweets in Hyderabad, not for the biryani. So I am restricting Pullareddy, don't sell sweets. Restriction valid. Don't sell biryani. Restriction void. So Pullareddy is known in Hyderabad or worldwide? Only Hyderabad. Famous in Hyderabad. Pullareddy, don't sell sweets in Hyderabad. Restriction is valid. Don't sell sweets in worldwide. Restriction will be void. But I can enjoy Pullareddy name for maximum 5 years. Brand name. I said to Pullareddy, don't sell sweets in Hyderabad for next 5 years. Restriction valid. For lifetime void. This is the first exception, beta. Second exception is the partnership agreements. Which agreements, beta? Partnership agreement. It is two types: on existing partner, on retiring partner. So one partnership is there, beta. Ishwar, Ajay, and Manoj and associates. They are selling the nail polish in Hyderabad, SR Nagar. Hyderabad SR Nagar. What they are selling, beta? Nail polish. This example we discussed. SR, no sir. So Ishwar want to sell the nail polish at his home also. Then Manoj, Ajay said, you should not sell the nail polish at your house. Restriction valid or void? Valid, because similar business. So Ishwar said, okay, I will not sell the nail polish at my house, at my home. I will sell the sweets. I will sell the sweets. Still Ajay is restricting. If it is affecting the nail polish business, restriction is valid. Otherwise, restriction will be void. Similar business with other business. One fine day, Ishwar want to retire. Ishwar want to retire. After retirement, Ishwar wanted to do the same business of the firm, that is nail polish. Ajay is restricting. Restriction will be valid because Ishwar will have the contacts of all the customers of the firm. He may influence them. Yes sir, no sir. If Ishwar want to sell the sweets after retirement, still Ajay is restricting. Restriction will be void because it is not at all affecting the existing firm. Then these two are the statutory exceptions to agreement in instrument of the trade. We are having some judicial interpretations also, but case laws. So first one, Trade combinations. Generally, being a barber, I can sell my service for it at any price. But I'm a barber. But one association is there in the local association. This association said that if you want to do cutting in this locality only for 70 rupees, shaving only 40 rupees, then only you can do this business in the locality. This restriction valid avoid. I can do shaving for 10 rupees, 100 rupees, वो मेरा मर्जी. But as per this association rules, only for the 40 rupees. Restriction valid avoid valid by to regulate the business, to fix the prices, to share the benefits by everyone. Otherwise, if I'm selling for the 100 rupees, you're selling for 90, then I sell for 80, you sell for 60, I sell for 40, you sell for 20. It is affecting the business itself. That's why all the vendors entering into agreement, let us fix the prices. The restriction is perfectly valid because those restrictions are there to regulate the business, to fix the prices, to enjoy everyone. Then next one is the sole dealing agreements. That is the franchisee. Reebok company said, I will supply my articles to you, but in the shop, you should sell only my company articles. Reebok shoe, Reebok t-shirt, Reebok bats, Reebok balls, Reebok caps only. Franchisee. You should not sell my competitor brands like Adidas. Restriction is perfectly valid. Third one is the service agreements. Very, very important. But a contract of employment. Service agreements means contract of employment. I am serving here. I am giving the service to this academy. Service means employment. Yes sir, no sir. So there was an agreement. This academy said, if you teach here, you should not teach in my competitor academy. Restriction is valid. And there was a doctor, Dr. Srinath Gupta. And in my hospital, Kavya joined as a interim assistant doctor. I said, if you want to work in my hospital, you have to work in my hospital for minimum 5 years. Then only I will take you as the junior doctor. Restriction is valid. Lifetime you have to work here only. Void. After leaving my hospital, you should not start your practice in SRNagar location. Restriction valid. Lifetime you should not work anywhere in the world. Restriction will be void. So I gave doctor example and also heroine example. The director and heroine. So Rajamouli is making one more movie, Bahubali 3, The Beginning Again. In that movie, he's asking Kavya as the heroine. Then Rajamouli said, if you work in my movie as a heroine, you should not work for any other producer, director next 3 years. Restriction valid. Lifetime you should not work for any director. Restriction void. Then all these questions came in the exam. They're in the scanner also. We'll discuss after this class. Done na beta? Next one is the done with the marriage and trade. Agreements in resolution of the legal proceedings. Legal proceedings means right to approach court of law for justice. Right to approach court of law for justice. If as per constitution, everybody has a right to go to court of law for justice. If there is any agreement which is restricting a person approaching court of law, will be void because everybody has a right to go to court of law. Every agreement restricting a person from approaching court of law will be void to that extent. Beyond that, valid. It is having some exceptions. To that extent means it is having some exceptions. The first exception. But in India, generally, hierarchy of the legal system is like a district court, high court, supreme court. If you're not happy with the decision of the district court, you can make an appeal to high court. Still not happy, you can make a further appeal to supreme court. But I said to Kavya, if you enter into agreement with me, you can go only up to high court. You should not go beyond the high court. You should not make the appeal to supreme court against the decision of the high court. Restriction is valid. Don't go to court of law. Void. You can go only up to high court. Restriction is valid. I won here. Here also I won. Here we are roaming for 3 years. I won the case. Here also we are roaming for 3 years. I won the case. Again you want to go to here also because you are free, but I'm not free like that. Yes or no, sir? Clear na? So restriction will be valid. Don't go to court of law. Void. You can go only up to high court. Valid. Next. Second exception. What second exception? If you want to file, generally we can file a case anywhere in the India. I can file a case on the Kavya in Hyderabad High Court, Chennai High Court, Madhya Pradesh High Court, Mumbai High Court, Kanyakumari High Court, Kashmir High Court. But I said all disputes are subjected to Hyderabad jurisdiction only. Restriction is valid. Don't go to court of law against me. Void. You can go to court of law only in Hyderabad High Court. Restriction valid. If you see any surf, biscuit packet, chips, any item, back side. All disputes are subjected to Mumbai jurisdiction only, Hyderabad jurisdiction only. That point will be there in every article you purchase. That is valid because I can't come to everywhere. Then, so don't go to, you can agreement to not to make appeal to upper court against the decision of the lower court. Restriction valid. To file a case only on a particular case, particular court, perfectly valid. Don't go to court of law, but let us go to arbitration. Arbitration means middleman. What is arbitration, beta? Middleman. In every village, one sarpanch will be there, head of the village will be there. He solve the problems in the village. He's kind of arbitrator. In CFN, one act is there, Arbitration Act. So who can become arbitrator? How it will work? We'll discuss in CA final soon. Hey, CA foundation 3 months. Next, after 3 months, you are having a CA foundation exam. Then CA intern 8 months plus 2 months for waiting for period. Totally, if you wait 13 months, after 13 months, you can be in CA final. After 13 months. Still, we are having 3 months for CA foundation. Once you clear CA foundation, 10 months gap will be there for CA intern. 10 months gap. So if you clear in the CA foundation, CA intern first attempt, no, you will be in CA final within 13 months. How many months? Like this. By next Deepavali, you will be in CA final. Ara. Yeah. Soon. Don't go to court of law. Void. Don't go to court of law. Instead of going to court of law, let us go to arbitrator. Arbitration, perfectly valid. So we discuss 3 exceptions better. First one is don't go to upper court. Valid. You can go only Hyderabad High Court against me. Valid. Don't go to court of law, but let us go to arbitration to solve the dispute if there is any in the future. Still valid. Then next one is the agreements limiting the period of limitation. One act is there in India, Indian Limitation Act. For every transaction, expiry date is there in Indian Limitation Act. For example, debt validity 3 years. Can I make it 2 years? No. Can I make it 4 years? No. 3 years means 3 years only. If there is any agreement which is restricting or extending the limits specified in the Indian Limitation Act, will be void. Next one, uncertain agreement. Uncertain agreement is an agreement which is not certain, which is not capable of being made certain. Since it is uncertain, it will be void ab initio because as per section 10, there is no clarity. As per section 10, the transaction must be clear. There must be clarity. Like I said, I'll give you money in the future. What is future? Uncertain. Next minute is future. Next hour is future. Next day is future. Next month is future. Hey, listen. I will give the money in the future. If I pay, I will pay. If he's handsome, handsome is uncertain. Satisfied, uncertain. Lucky, uncertain. Beautiful, uncertain. Comfortable, uncertain. If I feel happy, I will give you money. Uncertain. If I'm able to pay, I will make the payment when I'm able to pay. కుదిరినప్పుడు ఏమంటాం హిందీలో కుదిరినప్పుడు పోవాతో దేతా అయ్యేతో దేతా అట్లా. All these are uncertain terms, will not become valid contracts. Then we discussed about the wagering agreement, 10 stars. How many stars? 10 stars. Very, very important beta. So, 2 chintus are there beta. For example, John is there. Nikhil is there. So these 2 guys are entering into agreement. If it rains, so John said, today it will rain for sure. Then Nikhil said, it will not rain today. Then John said, if it rains, you have to give me 100 rupees or you have to give your watch. If not, if it does not rain, no, I will give my watch or I will give 100 rupees. This agreement is said to be wagering agreement. It is an agreement between the 2 persons, Nikhil and John, under which money or money's worth is payable, 100 rupees or the watch, on happening or non-happening, raining or not raining, of future uncertain event. Raining is not in the hands of John, raining is not in the hands of Nikhil, it is in the hands of Bhagwan. A definition exam mein aata beta. It is an agreement between 2 or more persons under which money or money's worth is payable by one person to another on happening or non-happening of future uncertain event. Essentials of the wagering agreement, ye bhi puchte beta exam mein. So there must be promise to pay money or money's worth 100 rupees or the watch, and payment of money depending upon the uncertain event, that is raining. Mutual chance of the winning and losing. So it may rain, it may not rain, 50-50 chances. Neither party should have the control over the event. So raining is not in the control of Nikhil, not in the control of the John, and no other interest except winning and losing of the that prize money, 100 rupees, you know? So even if it rain, nothing will happen to Nikhil or John. Even if it does not rain, nothing will happen to John or Nikhil except losing and gaining of that watch or the 100 rupees. No other interest. Then beta, if interest is there, no, it will become contingent contracts. Examples for wagering agreement. ये भी exam में आता बेटा. Wagering में everything is important. That's why I kept 10 stars. So give me some examples of the wagering, like speculative transactions, like lottery, like betting, like games not involving skill, like snake and ladder, where there is no skill. Transactions which are not wager, which are not wager. These are not wager. They are valid. Example: games involving skill, not involving wager. Skill is involved, not a wager. Like chess, skill is involved. And as per Prize Competition Act, prize money does not exceed 1000 rupees is not a wager. And agreement to contribute to winner of the horse race if the amount is above 500 is not a wager. Contract of insurance, all these are not the wagering agreements. Next, what is the effect of the wagering agreement? Valid or void? In whole of the India, wagering agreements are void ab initio. So collateral are valid. However, in the states of Maharashtra and Gujarat, wagering are illegal. Collateral will also illegal. Where Maharashtra and Gujarat, primary contract is illegal, collateral is illegal. Other than Maharashtra and Gujarat, wagering is void agreement, but collateral are valid. What is the effect of money deposited with a third party? For example, John said it will rain and Nikhil said it will not rain. So both are keeping 100 rupees with me. I have to give this 200 rupees to winner. John won the situation because it is raining. Can John recover the money from me legally? No, because it is void ab initio agreement. You can't file a case on me to recover 200. However, you can take back your 100 rupees. He can take back his 100 rupees because of quasi contract. Money given to someone. Then I cannot enjoy his money. He can take back his money. Clear? Next, impossible agreements. Impossible agreements are always void ab initio, whether you know impossibility or not. Example: bringing that, discovering the treasure by magic, flying in the air. So all these things are moving the mountain. So all these things are impossible agreements. They will not become valid contracts and void ab initio. Principle of the restitution. Restitution means return of benefit. Why he is giving this concept here? Because principle of restitution will not be applicable to void agreements, except with minor. Money given to minor can be recoverable if it is traceable. Generally, void agreements are void ab initio, and principle of restitution will not be applicable to void agreements. Restitution means return of benefit. Done. And then we discussed about the contingent contract. Which contract beta? Contingent contract, 10 stars. Very, very important. What is a contingent contract? It is a contract beta. It is a, what is contingent contract? I give some examples, no beta. So I said to Ishwar, I will give you watch if ship arrives Mumbai. Delivery of the watch depending upon the arriving of the ship. Here always if will be there beta. Condition will be there. I will give you watch. When if ship is arriving the Mumbai, ship is not coming, I need not give. Ship is coming, I will give. Here giving the watch is primary transaction and certain. Giving of the watch depending upon the arriving the ship at Mumbai. It is collateral transaction, collateral agreement, and which is uncertain. Otherwise, Ramcharan said to Allu Arjun, I will give you 100 bags of the rice if NTR is giving the same to me. Here, I will give you 100 bags of the rice. Primary transaction, perfectly certain. I will give you if NTR is giving. NTR may give, NTR may not give. It's a collateral transaction, which is uncertain. And insurance company said to you, I will give you 10 lakhs rupees if your vehicle met with accident. I will give you 10 lakhs rupees, perfectly certain, clear. If your vehicle met with accident, which is uncertain, which is collateral. Then in case of contingent contract, not agreement. Primary agreement is certain, collateral is uncertain. In case of wagering ulta रहता है बेटा. In case of wagering, primary is uncertain, reigning uncertain, giving the 100 rupees certain with collateral. Then so what is a contingent contract? Contingent contract is a contract to do or not to do something. To do or not to do something. So I will give you 1 lakh rupees. When if some event collateral to such contract does not happen. Performance of the primary contract depending upon the collateral transaction, which may happen, which may not happen. I'll give you Kavya, I will give you watch. Perfectly certain. Perfectly certain. This is depending upon the arriving the ship at Mumbai, which may happen, which may not happen. So it is a contract to do or not to do something. If some event collateral to such primary contract may happen, may not happen, does or does not happen. So essentials of the collateral, essentials of the contingent contract. Performance of the primary agreement depending upon the future event. A future event is collateral. Future collateral event is uncertain event. You will ask what is contingent and its essentials. Next, types of contingent contracts. Types of contingent contracts. How many types? Beta? 6 types. How many types? 6 types. First one, contingent contract agreement contingent upon the happening of future uncertain event. Happening of future uncertain event. Ship आए तो watch देता. Ship नया आए तो watch नहीं देता. Depend event contingent upon the happening. Next, contract contingent upon the non-happening. So this will be enforceable if event become impossible. Event become impossible. For example, insurance company said to shipping company. Shipping company has taken insurance, marine insurance. Insurance company said, my dear shipping company, I will give you 1 crore rupees if ship does not arrive Mumbai. Ship does not arrive Mumbai. Ship डूब गए तो. If ship sunk, I will give you 1 crore rupees. Yes sir, no sir. Clear na? So this is contract is dependent on the happening of the event. This contract depend upon the non-happening. If happen, enforceable. If not happen, enforceable. Next, fourth one also same beta. This one same. Contract contingent upon the happening of the event within the specified time. I said here, I said if ship is coming, I will give you watch. Here I am saying I will give you watch if ship is arriving in the Mumbai on or before 31st March. Extra क्या add हुआ बेटा? Specified time. And second and fifth one is remain same. Here I said if ship does not come, insurance company said if ship does not come to Mumbai, ship डूब गए तो I will give you 50 lakhs. Here insurance company said ship डूब गए तो I will give 50 lakhs rupees if it is before 31st March. Before 31st March. Here first to fourth remain same except specified time. Second to fourth same except specified time. Next, third one, contract contingent upon the future conduct of a living person. Contingent means depending upon. I said to Kavya, I will give 1 lakh if you marry Chintu. If not marry Chintu, I will not. Third is said to Kavya, I will give you bike if you clear CA foundation. If you clear CA foundation. Giving up the bike depending upon the event. Which event? Conducting of a living person. Conduct means behavior of a living person. Last one, agreements. ये क्या है बेटा? Agreements. Agreements contingent upon the impossible event. Always void upon issue. Always. I said I will give you 1 lakh if you can able to fly. I will give 10 lakhs rupees if you can able to go rebirth to dead body. Always void upon issue. Done na beta? Look beta. Types of contingent contracts. First one. Contracts contingent upon the happening of future uncertain event. Happening. Section 32. Ship आए तो watch देता. Next, happening. Next, contracts contingent upon the non-happening of future uncertain event. Ship नहीं आए तो I will give 50 lakhs rupees. Who said? Insurance company. Next, contracts contingent depending upon the future conducting of a living person. If you clear CA foundation, I will give you bike. Next, fourth one same. First one, fourth one same. Contracts contingent upon happening of the future uncertain event within the specified time before 31st March. Second to fifth remain same. Contracts contingent upon the non-happening of future uncertain event within the specified time. Then on or before 31st March. Last one, agreements depending upon the impossible event always void ab initio. So this one also very very important beta, wagering versus contingent. I wrote somewhere here. Where I wrote beta? देखो in contingent contract primary transaction is certain, collateral is uncertain. In wagering, primary is uncertain, collateral is certain. Here reigning is primary, paying 100 rupees is collateral. But here I will give you watch certain. If ship is coming Mumbai, uncertain. It is not gambling in nature, it is gambling in nature. It is beneficial to society, it is against the society. It may or may not contain reciprocal promises, but it will contain reciprocal promises. Two promises will be there. It is valid, it is void. Here parties to contract will be interested, my bike insurance, and here parties will not have any other interest except winning and losing of that 100 rupees. Best example insurance, best example betting, gambling or betting. So ये भी exam में आता है बेटा, very very important question. With this we have done with the contingent contract and void agreements division. So in the next class we'll do the scanner. Done. Have a great time, enjoy the day, prepare well. SG signing off, take care.